As a lawyer, I take an oath to the Constitution, the same as judges, Supreme Court judges, senators, and even the president. So how that Constitution is interpreted is of interest to me and my clients.
So as we head into the confirmation process for the next United States Supreme Court Justice, I don't think that many people understand the magnitude of the difference between the nominee and the woman that she's replacing. So I've pulled two clips from videos that are available on the internet that show these differences. The first one that you're going to see is from Judge Amy Coney Barrett, the current nominee, and she's talking about the view that she learned of constitutional interpretation called an originalist view. And she learned this from Judge Antonin Scalia, from Justice Scalia, while she was his law clerk. She was one of his favorite law clerks. Then you're going to see a clip from Justice Ginsburg talking about how she interprets the Constitution.
That the Constitution means what it meant to those who ratified it, as people would have understood that text at the time it was ratified. So for the original Constitution, we're looking at the late 18th century understandings. For the Civil Rights Amendments, we're looking at the post-Civil War Reconstruction period understandings. That change from the Constitution should come through constitutional amendment, and statutory change should come from Congress or state legislatures.
The framers were writing that Constitution at the end of the 18th century, but they were writing a document that they hoped would survive through the ages from one generation to another. I take my cue from the preamble to the Constitution, which reads, "We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union." Who were we the people in 1787? The genius of the United States is that over now the course of more than 2 centuries, the notion of we the people has become ever larger. So the people who were once left out, like women, like African Americans, like Native Americans, are now part of that we the people. So I see the Constitution as striving for a more perfect union.
Quite simply, an originalist like Judge Barrett views the Constitution as it existed in 1787, while Justice Ginsburg views the Constitution and interprets the Constitution in the light of the society that we currently live in. And that's really the issue. Do you want your Supreme Court to interpret the law and interpret the Constitution in the light of the society that we live in today? Or do you want them to interpret the Constitution as it existed in 1787? Because if Judge Barrett is confirmed as a justice, we will in fact have an originalist court for decades to come. The list of issues that will come before that court that could never have been thought about in 1787 is endless.
From my perspective and the perspective of my clients, the whole concept of medical malpractice didn't even exist in 1787.
And yet we will have a Supreme Court for decades to come that interprets the Constitution as it existed 3 centuries ago. I'm not saying which way is right and which way is wrong. You can make your own decision on that. But I think people have a right to understand what is at stake in this confirmation process. Thanks for listening, and be well.